up? This is Ben Zinn with NextLevelGuitar.com. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We're bringing you another one of our Inspired By lessons, and we're going to look at a cool groove using some nice partial chords, some nice connecting ideas that you guys can use no matter what style you play it. So let's check them out. Here is our moment, everyone. Before we continue on, please take a look at the text box below. Click on the link in this YouTube text box, and we are going to send you a free video lesson and a coinciding ebook that's not available on YouTube, exclusively available only through NextLevelGuitar.com. It's free information, a lot of good stuff, so please click on that link and we'll continue on. And so what we're talking about today is a lot of these little two-note ideas here that we can slide around on different string groupings. These sorts of things. They're great to add to our toolbox. Great way to connect in between chords. Some people call them partial chords. Some people call them intervals of thirds or sixths, depending on double stops, even depending on how you look at them. I just call them, you know, they sound good. So whatever you want to call them, they're good things to have available to you. So hopefully we can show you guys some examples of how to use these in your chord progressions today. So let's break down what we played in the intro and check out how it's done. First thing I'm going to do is play a couple of chord hits on a D chord. Here's my D chord. And I broke this down into the bass note and then the rest of the chord. So I'm going to strike the 5th string, and then I'm going to play the rest of the chord to kind of accent. That sort of thing. Just breaking up the chord a little bit instead of strumming it all together. We'll more go for something like that. And we're going to answer that hit with some of these double stops slash dyads slash thirds slash sixths, whatever they want to be called today. We're going to add some of those in to create an answer to what we just played. There's the first one. So we're on strings 2 and 4. We're starting out by playing frets 3 and 4. Then we're vertical here at the 5th fret, and we're sliding that guy into the 7th fret and striking again. That all together if you wanted to make that more legato or more smooth, you can hammer on all of those. You can articulate those all with just one strike with your picking hand. I could hammer on from 3 and 4 into my double 5th fret and then slide into the 7th. So you have some choices as far as how you want to play that across. Won't go too much into the right hand today, but you can either play that finger style if you want, or if you choose to use the pick, you're strumming 3 strings, but you're blocking the middle string. Then that's with your fretting hand. So the way that you're pressing down on the notes is going to dictate that you're not going to get that open string to ring out. We don't want that in there. We just want to hear the fretted notes. So just arch your finger back a little bit more to deaden that middle string. And that'll go for all of our examples today with our 2-note combos that we're going to be going through. So off of our D chord, one way we can play over that D chord right there. A couple of chord strikes, our answer, our fill, and we come back to the chord, strike it a couple more times. Okay, so we're ready to switch chords. We're going to a G chord. I'm going to be playing off of our G bar chord in the 3rd position here. And we're going to flesh this out with the same concept I'm going to strike the bass note, play the rest of the chord to establish the sound of the chord has changed, and then we'll answer it with a little fill. Okay, so breaking that down, strike the bass note of the chord, the 6th string, strum the rest. Nice sharp hit too, staccato. So strike it and release so that we can really punctuate that chord. Now we're going to play some of those partial chords on the 1st and 3rd strings. So I'm going to start the 5th fret, both strings 1 and 3. I'm going to slide up to the 7th fret and then right back down to the 5th. So we have that sort of motion happening. And I'm going to answer or resolve right back to here. 3rd and 4th fret, 1st and 3rd strings. And just like before, we're going to come back to our chord and strike that a couple of more times. So over the G chord in its entirety now. At this point, we'll return to our D chord. Okay, now let's go ahead and go to the A chord. And again, we're going to phrase it pretty similar to how we're doing the rest of these. We're going to state the chord, play a fill, then come back home to it. So here's our A chord. Same shape as the G chord. Once again, I bet you guys can guess what I'm going to do. I'm going to play the bass note and then do a chord stab. So that's similar to what we're doing on the other 2 chords. We're going to play some 2-note fills here. Strings 1 and 3. That's 7th fret sliding to 9th fret, coming back to the 7th fret. Once again, we have a string in between. We're not playing string 2. We're deadening that with, in this case, our ring finger. I'm playing it this way. If you guys want to experiment with other fingerings, there's always more than one right way to do these. Now I'm going to come down to the G chord. So in the space of one measure there, we're covering 2 chords. Okay, and let's close out with our root chord, our D chord. We'll have something nice there to end with too. We start out the same way.
Pretty.
Yeah, it was. The higher the notes you play, the prettier. I think that's the rule. So if I play up here, everyone should just weep, I think. Just going somewhere different there to end it. What we're doing is starting out the same way. Playing the bass note, hitting the D chord. From here to close out, I'm going to start at the 7th fret, strings 2 and 4. Again, our 2-note with the 1-string gap, as we've seen throughout today. Here's where we throw in a little bit of trickeration. I'm going to slide up to 10 and 12 here. So if you're wondering about the intervals, I'm going away from thirds there, and that's actually a 5th. That's why the fingering position is going to be a bit different. And what you have to do, you have to change fingers mid-slide here. So we're going from 7-7 to 12-10. As I'm sliding across, I'm bringing in the other finger here to make that happen. interval or 2-note concept. That outlines the D. 10th fret, skip the 2nd string, and we're at the 11th fret on the 3rd string. And then with my thumb, I'll just reach around so I can still get these notes ringing out and hear the bass note to end it. Okay, thanks so much for joining us today. Today's lesson all about ornamentation or spicing up our chords, however you want to think about it. It's just learning more vocabulary. That's what we're doing today. We're learning more things to add to our arsenal, our vocabulary, that we can throw in when we're playing over chord changes. So thanks again for joining us. Please head over to the website, nextlevelguitar.com. Great website. There's so much more information out there. This is just the tip of the iceberg here on YouTube. So head over there, nextlevelguitar.com, and I'll see you next time.